Welcome back to Coaching Changes Lives. So glad you can join us. Really glad you can be in this episode with us because we're going to talk about how coaching changes lives, the requisite power of coaching to change lives and careers. Now, too often, many people ask me, say, Jedi, what exactly is coaching? And how is it different from counseling, advising, mentoring, and all the other different support functions? Now, really, coaching, it's a really powerful tool. It's not easy to learn, but it's a very, very powerful tool to really help you as individuals to create drastic change in your lives, to find that alignment and clarity. Now, a big difference between all of them is this, right? That coaching, it's about partnering the client through the creative and thought-provoking process to inspire change and maximize potential. Now, I often hear this say, Jedi, it's all the same, coaching, mentoring, counseling, speaking, training, it's all the same. It's just the same thing. Well, I beg to differ. Coaching, it's superficially similar to the rest of the support function, but fundamentally different from all the other functions or all the other support interventions. Now, why is that so? Because coaching focuses on the process and less on the content. It's less important about what the content the client brings to me and more important about how I bring the client through the entire process, the entire journey of discovery for the client. And one of the big shifts in coaching is this: the responsibility, the ownership of the outcomes is resting on the client. And the client has full responsibility, the client has full ownership, the client has full individuality to move forward in the direction that they want to take. And that is different. And only coaching has this element of what I call the co-creative space. In this co-creative space, it's not about what I think I want for you. It's not about me imposing my will on you. It's about how me and you come together to create something that will truly make magic happen, right? And that's something, it's what we call the co-creative space. Now, you see, too often, many times if you had mentors or leaders above you, they're always telling you what you should do. You should do this, you should do that, you should do this. You should plan this for your career. That's the next step you should go. You should go here, you should go here, right? For your journey, for your career pathway, you should do A, you should do B, you should do C, and from there, move on accordingly. Now, we hear this all the time, and too often we say, okay, maybe that's what I should do. After my universities, I will go for my first job. After 2 years, I will transit to the next job. After 1 to 2 years, I transit to my next job, to the next job. So we're kind of following a pathway that's set by a predecessor. And they say that is a tried and tested formula. Ever heard this phrase before? Tried and tested. I've tried and tested it before. Now, the truth is this: that individual's life is different from yours. Every one of us on planet Earth, we all have our unique life. All of us have a story and a story worth to tell. Your story is different from another person's story. And that's why in my coaching program, sometimes I call this Brave Your Story. It's a very special, very intimate session where I take every individual through their own journey. It's not about someone else's journey. It's not about someone else's frame of world, frame of thought. It's yours. That is the beauty of coaching. The beauty of coaching, it's not about what I know, what I have in my mind, not about how much I understand the world. It's really about you, bringing you to the center of the conversation, partnering with you to inquire, to go deeper, to evoke the sense of awareness, to help you unravel the truth within, to help you go deeper than ever before, right? Many people say, you know what, if only someone would listen to me. As a coach, we employ empathetic listening, we employ a sense of helping the client to evoke awareness, we employ several tools to really help the client go deeper than ever before. As coaches, it's not about what I think it's right, but it's about helping the client to figure out what is right for them, what's the truth for them. Because know this, the problem isn't the problem. What exactly is the problem? The client that presents the problem to us, that problem really isn't the real problem. There's so much other facets in the client's world that we want to explore more. And that is the curiosity as a coach that I present in the coaching conversation. And that's why I say there's a requisite power in coaching. The requisite power in coaching, it's not just in my creative thoughts. It's not just about what I know, what about my experiences. It's about bringing two together. Having that discussion, having that didactic conversation, having that immense, innovative, creative space where there's really unconditional positive regard for each other, right? It's not about trying to prove I'm right or wrong. It's about creating a space of vulnerability so the client can fully express who they are on the inside. And that's the beauty of coaching. Through that space, it evokes one thing. It helps the client to get clear about what they truly want, where they want to be, how they want to move forward. And through that awareness and clarity produces a sense of deepened awareness for insight. The client may be aware of certain things, They may be consciously aware, but they may be unconsciously aware of other things that's happening around them. So as a coach, my role is to help them go deeper than ever before. Help them to create a sense of alignment, help them to create a sense of clarity, and about the sense of actioning forward. Because you notice this, actions is not the first thing that I discuss with the client. I want to talk to them about who they are, because it's a person rather than the problem. Our focus is mainly on the person, not the problem. We want to go deeper than ever before, focusing on who the person is rather than the problems, right? And that's the beauty of coaching, going deeper, exploring the person, understanding who they are, rather than trying to show them how much I know. It's less about how much I know, it's more about who they are as an individual. And that's the beauty of coaching. So as we go deeper with the client and the final results that we get, it's what we call the results of the coaching conversation, or the results or the outcome of the coaching conversation. It's the results. So we often want that results, but we're not ready to take the journey of the coaching journey. The coaching journey is so important because that helps the client to be more independent rather than depending on the support functions. Now, too often I've met many individuals, many leaders, many executives, they become overly dependent on certain stimulants, on certain support functions like therapy work or maybe counseling. They become so reliant on that it's almost as if they need that in order to navigate their lives. In coaching, I'm helping that person to find a better sense of who they are, to help them in a whole of a person approach, to really go deeper than ever before. And that's the power of coaching, to help that individual become whole again. Coaching has this power to go deeper than ever before, than anyone has ever been before. And that's the power of deep inner work coaching. And I love to take this journey with you. If you're considering, say, Jedi, what is that all about? What does that coaching really mean to me as an individual? How does that work for me? I want to invite you into my conversation. And you said, Jedi, can I experience coaching with you? I want you to take me through. I'm kind of stuck in this situation. Well, I would love to work with you. Right, so just write a message to me. Say, Jedi, I want to experience what it means to be coached and what it means to brave your story. And I truly believe this, that every single person out there has a story worth to tell. You're not trying to live another person's story. You have that special story within. Coaching, it's not just for executive leaders, C-suites, board members. Coaching is for every single person, regardless of age, regardless of gender, regardless of where you come from, regardless of culture. Every single person needs a coach, because the coach is there to be like a mirror to you, to reflect back to you, to help you see, hey, you know what? How am I growing? How am I progressing? How am I being accountable to the progress that I set for myself? Am I moving in the right direction that's serving me well? Or am I not moving in the right direction? How am I journeying in this? Is this really effective for me? Or is this kind of impeding me from getting to where I want to be? That is the beauty of coaching. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and consider sharing this with another friend who needs to hear this today. How coaching has the power to change lives.